Chicago benefits from a robust community of cultural and nonprofit organizations and has a strong reputation globally for its civic engagement. However, in order to remain a globally competitive city, it is imperative that these organizations continue to thrive. Our research has indicated that diversity among board membership directly contributes to organizations' long-term strategic development, access to funding, and overall success. For the purposes of our report, we adopted a definition of diversity that includes gender, ethnicity, sexual orientation, disability, and age. Now, as I assume we'd all agree, a diverse combination of board members enables an organization to benefit from a broader range of perspectives when making these key decisions that are critical to the organization's overall fiscal health, mission, and long-range planning. For example, correlations in the world of corporate boards have shown dramatic outcomes through increasing the number of women on boards. A recent study suggested that companies with a strong representation of female directors financially outperformed those without by 53%. Further, another study showed foundation boards across the country were comprised of 74% of people over the age of 50 and 85% non-Hispanic whites. Only 7% of board members were African American compared to 12.8% of the US population. As our business environments evolve, civic and nonprofit leaders are expressing concerns about how to best engage a diverse group of men and women to serve in a governance capacity. In fact, all 15 of the Chicago-based organizations that we surveyed stated that diversifying their leadership and effectively engaging the next generation of board members were among their most significant challenges. So how do we go about engaging this generation of mid-career 30 to 50-year-olds who can sometimes get lost between the gap of young professional or auxiliary boards and the larger nonprofit institutional boards? In all of our respective civic engagements, how do we employ these strategies to both promote diversity and strive toward more accurately representing the constituents that these organizations serve? Fortunately, in our quest to identify and scale best practices through this report, a number of Chicago's organizations, including the Big Shoulders Fund, Northwestern University, After School Matters, they've identified these innovative strategies to both diversify and engage this next generation meaningfully. And as a result, they are accessing a new pool of talent and an enhanced network while building these long-term relationships with their future leaders and donors. For example, my organization, the Academy for Global Citizenship, or AGC, has 55% ethnically diverse board members, with 78% being under the age of 40. Although board members are given no minimum financial requirement for contributing to the organization beyond what is personally meaningful to them, each board member currently gives or brings in through their networks an average of $166,000 a year annually to the organization's operational funding gap and to support our capital campaign. In order to increase diversity, AGC has created these multiple channels to facilitate engagement within the organization, all with varying time commitments. These include 3 board-level committees that are chaired by board members but have non-board committee members, and have an active host committee for our annual gala, among other avenues. This structure has enabled AGC to engage a wider array of prospective members and familiarize them with the organizational needs and goals, evaluating their philanthropic and skills-based contribution capacities prior to bringing them on and engaging them at the board level. Further, these opportunities have allowed individuals to effectively contribute their expertise to the organization, yet still allowing AGC to expand diversity and cultivate these future leaders, enhancing our network of volunteers, advocates, and eventually board member candidates. The Big Shoulders Fund has also had tremendous success with the implementation of its Chairman's Advisory Council, which is highlighted in our report. Among the series of best practices evaluated, our team identified these 4 key themes employed by organizations that are effectively engaging a diverse representation of next generation leaders. And among these techniques include 1, providing various levels of engagement and flexibility as it pertains to contribution levels for board or committee positions. So this can include both time and resources. The second is leveraging the unique talents, expertise, and networks to create ownership in ways that meaningfully impact the organization. Third, developing avenues for continued engagement and growth with the organization to help retain the commitment of these individuals over time, including ongoing networking opportunities with people of interest. And finally, proactively targeting leadership cultivation programs, university alumni and minority associations, and other avenues to identify these prospective board members and integrate them into their pipelines. So in closing, in order to strategically support the organizations with which all of you are involved, we encourage you to evaluate how you can play a role in more effectively increasing diversity and engaging next generation leadership by reaching out to organizations that are employing these practices successfully. In truth, the strength of Chicago's future as a global city depends on it. Thank you.